Hello, hearty welcome to you. Welcome back. We are actually going through matrices chapter, and as part of that we are working on determinants. We have done couple of examples on determinants, but let's in this session look at the properties of determinants so that you will have more effectiveness in resolving the problems of determinants. You will be having more confidence to do that because instead of applying the transformation, let's try to understand what's happening when you are applying the transformation, what's happening, so that if you know the all the properties of the determinants, then it becomes very easy for you to find out the ways to solve the examples in a very simple way. So let's look at some of these properties of determinants, then we will go ahead with our solving the problems on determinants. Okay, so I have summarized around 10 properties. We'll go through them one after other and try to understand what exactly is the meaning of the property, so that when we have read somewhere that this is the property which is getting applied, we are very clear at the background what's happening. Okay, right. So with that we'll start. The first property, if each element of a square matrix is 0, then the determinant is 0. If each element of a square matrix is 0, then the determinant is 0. This is very self-evident. So let us say if I have a matrix like 0, 0, 1, 2, 3, and let us say 2, 3, 4. This is a 3 by 3. I have a 3 by 3 square matrix. Okay. Now you want to find out the determinant of that. So we know that determinant is nothing but equal to determinant. Let us say this is equal to A. That of A is equal to, you know that it's nothing but sum of products of elements with its cofactor. That means every time you have to multiply the element with its cofactor plus again element with its cofactor plus again element with cofactor. So I really don't care what will be the cofactor of that, but I know that always I have to multiply with the elements. That means I have to multiply 0, 0 and 0. So you can see that the determinant will be 0. What else you can do is, instead of that, you can pick another row also. Let us try this one out. Suppose you pick 1, 2, 3, then also you will see that the determinant is 0 only. You don't want to believe that? Okay, let's do that one. Now instead of picking this row, let us pick the row 1, 2, 3. Okay, now what is the signs here? Minus, plus and minus. This is what we know. Plus, minus, plus, minus, plus, minus. So minus 1 into, now if I remove that row and that column, you can see that I have 0. Similarly, I go to 2, next one, that is plus, and if I remove that row and that column, again you can see that I have 0. Similarly, if I go to the next one also, if I remove 3 row and 3 column, again you can see that I have 0. So if each element of a row, actually row or column, that's a typo there. If each element of a row or a column of a square matrix is 0, then its determinant is equal to 0. So we'll go to the next property. What's the next property? If two rows or columns of a square matrix are interchanged, then the sign of the determinant changes. This, if you remember, we have applied this already in couple of problems. Let's understand this. If two rows or columns of a square matrix are interchanged, then the sign of the determinant changes. Okay, let's examine this. What we will do, we will take a matrix and we will try to swap them, and we will see how the values change. Let us say the matrix is A11 having elements A11, A12, A13, A21, A22, A23, and the third row is A31, A32, A33. Okay. Now you want to swap a row or a column. When we are saying interchanging means you are moving to your next place. It's not like you are jumping from first to third. Okay, that will be taken as 2. If you are moving from 1 to 3, that's nothing but you are moving to 1 to 2, then you are moving to 1 to 3. So that's how you have to do that. So interchanging means you are just swapping them. Okay, right. And adjacent one only. So which row, which column you want to take? Let us say I want to consider this column. That column I want to move it to left side. So what it will become now? It will become A12, A22, A32, and if I move it that side, then I will have here A11, A21, A31, and at the end I have A13, A23, and A33. Okay. What we will do now is we will try to find out the determinant in both the cases and see whether they are multiple of negative. That means if one is equal to the other in magnitude, but the sign is opposite. Let's look at that one. That means if this determinant is x, this determinant is negative of x, or the sign changes of the determinant whenever you interchange the rows. Okay. Now what I will do, since I am moving, I have interchanged A12, A22, A32, I will take only that particular column. I will take only that column in both the scenarios to calculate the determinant. Okay, let's go ahead and look at this. What's happening now? Now let's put down the minus 1 of I plus j plus minus. This becomes plus, then it becomes minus again. If you go here, you can see right now itself that this is plus, this is minus, and this is plus. You can see here wherever there is minus, here it is plus, plus, minus, minus, plus. Okay, let's find out the determinant of the first one. Let us say this is the determinant. What's the determinant of this? We'll write down here. The determinant will be minus A12 minus A12 into A21 A33 A21 A33 minus A31 A23, or you can say A23 A31. That's the first term. The second term will be plus A22 into, what will be my second term? Second term will be A11 A33 minus A13 A31. A11 A33 minus A13 A31. Fine. Now there is one more, that's nothing but minus A32 into A11 A23 minus A13 A21. A11 A23 minus A13 A11 A23 minus A13 A21. This is A. Okay, I hope you are okay with that. Now let's go ahead and see here. This is nothing but A plus A12 into, if I remove that row and that column, I have A21 A33 minus A21 A33 minus A23 A31. Similarly, I have minus A22 into A11 A33 minus A13 A31. A11 A33 minus A13 A31 plus I have A32 into A32 into A11 A23 minus A13 A21. A11 A23 minus A13 A21. Now you can observe, if you see here, the cofactor is same. If you observe the cofactor, whether you interchange also, whether you interchange from one row, a row or a column, the cofactor of that element will remain the same. Only the thing is it will become, if you look at here, A12, what is the cofactor of A12? Cofactor of A12 is A21 A33 minus A23 A31. This is what I have. Now if you have interchanged it from second column to first column, you have moved to first column, but now you calculate again. A12 cofactor is A21 A33 minus A23 A31. So the cofactor remains the same. A12 here also, and here also it's A12. So the cofactor, whatever the value you have, that value will be the same. Now what is changing? The position is changing. Due to that, minus 1 to the power of I plus j is changing. To be precise, actually the minor remains the same. The cofactor will change because minus 1 to the power of I plus j is changing. Okay, I don't want to confuse you more, but you can see very clearly. If I see minus A12 here, I see plus A12. Remaining all are same. Remaining all are same. You can see 1133 minus 1331, 1133 minus 1331. 1123 minus 1321, 1123 minus 1321. What is changing? Minus is becoming plus, plus is becoming minus, minus is becoming plus. That means it's proven that if you take a row or a column and interchange it, the determinant sign changes. If you do it 2 times, the determinant sign changes 2 times. That means it will again retain whatever the original sign. That means if initially it is plus, for one change it becomes minus, one more it becomes again positive, one more it becomes negative, one more again it becomes positive. So I hope we have done lot on that. Just remember that, and you can see that also. Actually you can take an example. You can take any problem like 1 1 1 2 2 2 3 3 3, something like that, and you can just flip them and you can see whether the determinant value is changing or not. We will go through the next property. The next property is, if each element of a row or column of a square matrix is multiplied by a number, either it can be p or k or x, whatever it is, then the determinant of the matrix obtained is p times the determinant of the given matrix. What's the meaning of that? Let's try to understand that. Let us say that there is a matrix where you have same example A11, A12, A13, then you have A21, A22, A23, also you have A31, A32, A33. Now let's pick a row or a column and multiply it with a number p. Let us say that I will multiply second row with it. Okay. So what happens now? A11, first row will remain as it is. The second row I am multiplying with p. So it becomes PA21, PA22, PA23. Then you have A31, A32 and A33. Now if you look at the determinant of these two, let us say A11, okay, we will pick only that row where we are multiplying to find out the determinant. Okay, now let us say that you want to find out the determinant. What is this? If I take A21, it will be A21 into A12 A33 minus A12 A33 minus A13 A12 A33 minus A13 A32. Okay, right. Now if I pick here, let's see what happens now. You can see that I will have P into A21 into A12 A33 minus A13 A32. A12 A33 minus A13 A32. Similarly, what is the next element? Okay, by the way, this is plus, this is minus. So I'll have minus here, I'll have minus here. The next one is plus, the next one is minus. So I'll have plus A22 into, if I remove that row and that column, I will have A11 A33 minus A13 A31. A11 A33 minus A11 A33 minus A13 A31. which row I am working on? I am working on this row for the determinant in both the places, so that we don't have any confusion there. Okay, right. Now what is left out? Next one is minus A23. A23 into, if I remove that row and that column, I'll have 1132 minus 1231. 1132 minus 1231. Let's look at here. If I go to the next one, I'll have, this is minus, so this is plus, this is minus, so I'll have plus P into A22 into, so I'll remove that row and that column where A22 element is present. I'll have A11 A33 minus A13 A31, A11 A33 minus A13 A31. Similarly, the next one will be minus P into A23 into, I'll have A11 A32 minus A12 A31. There is a missing here, but the whole if you look at the last one, right, PA23, you will have A11 A32 minus A12 A31. You can see now these values are same, the minors remain the same. Actually, to talk about, the cofactor is also same because the position also remains the same. Now what is the difference? When you multiply to find out the, when you want to find out the determinant, you will multiply the element with the cofactor of that particular corresponding element, correct? Now when the element is multiplied by that, the cofactor remains the same, because cofactor is nothing but minus 1 to the power of I plus j into minor of the element, and minor remains the same because you are not changing the position. You are exactly at the same position, only you have multiplied with some scalar like k or p. So you can see that if a row or a column is multiplied by a number, then the determinant becomes that number times the original matrix. So if I have A11, A12, A13, if its determinant, let us say, is equal to capital, let us say small d, if I multiply this with P, then it will become P into D. That's what we are trying to understand. Okay, let's move to the next one.